I'm going to show you how to take this space and turn it into this. Welcome to my basement, or as I don't like to call it, my office. Clearly, something can be done about this. There's just a mess in the background of all of my Zoom calls. I never feel clean or organized. I feel so exposed down here. Unfortunately, it's not in the budget to be able to turn this into an actual finished basement, but I can make this feel a little bit homier. I came up with a solution for me that, while not permanent, should make the time that I spend down here working feel a little homier. I'm building a fake wall to separate part of the basement into some space that's a little less exposed and feels a little nicer while I'm sitting at my desk. While this isn't a final solution, and I do plan on building an office down here eventually, this will work to help make me feel a little bit less like I'm working out of my basement. You know, while I'm working from home out of my basement. My plan requires only one tool, which I already have, and that's a power drill. I opted to use screws so that I'm able to disassemble this because one of the things that's very important to me is that I'm not going to create a huge mess when I do want to pull this out of the basement. A cool thing about this plan is that there are only 3 materials that I need, so the materials list to go buy is really short, and I can get them at just about any hardware store. 3-inch long screws, and they cost a couple bucks. 9 2x4s that are 8 feet long and cost about $3 each. And 2 sheets of MDF paneling. All of my boards are 8 feet long, and that's exactly how long I want them to be. So this whole build requires absolutely no cutting. I also opted to use screws that will make it easier to disassemble and remove from my basement without needing to hammer out nails. The first thing to do is clear the workspace. I did that second, and I do not recommend it. The next thing to do is lay out the boards about where you think they're going to be. The easiest place to start is with the studs on the end, as no measuring is needed for these, and they're really simple to line up. The studs should be between the top and bottom plates as opposed to the plates being between the studs. Starting with one of the end studs, drill 2 pilot holes through the plate and into the stud. Depending on your drill, screws, and the density of the wood you use, you may not need to drill pilot holes. But with my setup, I ended up stripping 4 different screws without the pilot holes. With 2 pilot holes drilled, follow up with 2 screws to secure the stud in place. Repeat this for the other end stud and the top plate. At this point, the frame is looking like a big square. With the end stud screwed into place, measure out where the center stud is going. This is the stud that is going to be different from the others, as it will be flush with the front of the frame, so there's more surface area for the paneling seam to press up against. And repeat the process of screwing in the stud. For the remaining studs, I opted for spacing the studs at 24 inches on center since I won't be hanging anything on these walls. If you want to put up a shelf or a visa mount, you may want to put your studs at closer intervals. For the remaining studs, measure out 24 inches from the end of the plates and add a mark where the center of the remaining studs will go. Repeat the process for screwing in the studs. There are a few ways you can have the paneling adhere to the frame. The simplest solution is to glue it in place. I was originally going to use liquid nails paneling adhesive, but that seemed more permanent than what I was looking for and might ruin the panels if I wanted to take them off of this frame. If you want to use an adhesive, this is where you would apply it to the frame. I opted for a slightly different solution that gives me some flexibility to change out the panels in the future. I laid out the MDF paneling on the frame and centered it between the plates so that it was resting only on the studs. I then brought in 2 additional 2x4s that were 8 feet long and placed them flat on the top and bottom plates, flush with the top and bottom of the frame. I then screwed the boards in place. These boards are here to hold the paneling in place without damaging the paneling. If I want to change out the paneling, then I just have to remove these 2 boards. I didn't want to screw or bolt into the floor joist in my ceiling of my basement, so I used 2 non-destructive methods of holding the wall in place. I used C-clamps to hold a board onto an I-beam and then screwed the frame into that board. And then on the other end of the wall, I screwed another board sticking up higher so that it would lean against a floor joist in case it got knocked. So with this wall, some nice lighting, and a rug, this space is starting to feel less like a basement and a little bit more like an office.